Today's episode of the Just Keep Swimming podcast is brought to you by Audible. Audible is an online audiobook and podcast service offering over 10,000 books and the ability to listen to your favorite podcasts, including the Just Keep Swimming podcast. I personally use Audible all the time and suggest you take a listen to Intentional Living by John C. Maxwell. In this book, Mr. Maxwell shares his story on how he was able to live a noble and purposeful life and gives you tips and tricks so you can do the same. So please start your 30-day free trial now at www.audibletrial.com/JKS podcast, all lowercase. Again, that is www.audibletrial.com/JKS podcast. And if you have any more questions or concerns for the Just Keep Swimming podcast, you're always welcome to reach out to us on Facebook or at Instagram at Just Keep Swimming _podcast, or you can email us at jkspodcast702@gmail.com. And with that out the way, let's dive into it. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to the Just Keep Swimming podcast. This is your friend, your boy, your host, Mr. Adrian Jackson, and we're back at it again with another great episode for you. And you already know who's with me. It's the man, the myth, the legend. It's Mr.
Captain Capper,
a.k.a.
Un Trois,
a.k.a.
1-3,
a.k.a.
Yekse,
a.k.a.
Moja Tatu,
a.k.a.
Donovan Jackson,
a.k.a.
Donnie,
a.k.a.
the Danky,
a.k.a.
the Blackie,
a.k.a.
Let me see.
Oh, got him.
Damn.
Stop. I was on my walling out. You got 2 seconds to respond. If not, it's locked up. And you out of there.
DJ D-Ray, hit him with that.
Yeah. How you feeling today, though, bro?
Oh, shoot. It was a tough day today, bro. Like, it was just constant client after client, people calling in specifically to my line. It's been a wild day today, but we made it through. I'm doing all right.
Yeah, no, I'm glad to hear it, bro. Glad to hear it, man.
What about you, brother?
Oh, another great day, bro.
Yeah.
I'm glad to do it. Was able to be productive a little bit today. Got some stuff done. So, applications in. So,
yeah.
We're going to see what happens, see what sticks.
Pray for it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to pray for the right path. That's my main thing. Not trying to pray out of the sense of, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm trying to stay out of the sense of poverty. You know what I'm saying? Trying to pray out that sense of, I need it, I'm dying, if I don't get it, whatever. Trying to just 100% make sure I'm calm and relaxed when I do say my prayers, to let them know that I know I'm okay. I would like something, but either way I know I'm okay.
Trust the process.
Trust the process, exactly. Trying to spread out trust that everything's gonna be okay. So, yeah, just going through the motions, bro. See what happens day by day. That's all I can do.
I feel that.
Yes, sir. Sure. So, ladies and gentlemen, we have a very special episode for you guys again. And we have another, we bring it back to the microphone for the third time, I believe. Third time this year, actually. So, bring to the microphone Mr. Wonderful himself, Mr. Greg Paris Elliott. G, how we doing today?
Man, you know I'm blessed, black, and highly favored. How y'all living?
We're doing good, brother.
Alive, breathing.
Yeah, exactly. Glad to be alive, man. Hey. Appreciate you for the Gatorades you brought us.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Gotta make sure you stay hydrated. You know?
Yeah,
always.
Santa ain't the only one dropping off gifts this year.
Exactly, bro. Definitely in the winter, bro. Just because it's cold don't mean you don't need to drink nothing.
And it's the first day of winter, too. So, I hope y'all enjoyed your winter solstice today. It's the shortest day of the year, but, it was nice out today.
Yeah, it was a beautiful day. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed every spot of it. I hope it rained, so.
I smelled the rain this morning. Did y'all smell it?
I smelled it this morning, too.
It sprinkled last night.
It sprinkled by you? Okay, yeah, I don't get nothing over here, bro. I'm so mad. I moved to the city. So I think I'm going to be all the rain and snow and get nothing.
Nope.
Just get the cold wind.
The cold wind, that's it, bro. Yes, sir. So we have a good episode coming for you guys today. And with today's episode topic, we actually have Mr. 1-3 about to introduce it to you guys. So I'm going to let Mr. 1-3 take it over from here.
All right, y'all. So, what was it, last week when I sent you this message?
No.
So I was at work and I had a thought of, is ignorance really bliss? And the reason this came up was I had a client and she's an elderly woman. I've worked with her a couple of times, super cool. And she's just saying the demographic, she's a white Irish lady, and like the first time or second time I talked with her, she mentioned that like I had an Irish name, like Donovan. And it's
Really?
Like, yeah.
Wow.
It's like Donovan O'Brien, you know, shit like that.
O'Reilly.
Wow.
O'Reilly, yeah. So
Learn something new. Okay.
she was like, oh, you could have like descendants of like, you know, Irish heritage and stuff like that, but I don't think so. I just know my parents combined their name and this is what I got.
Yeah, Don O'Van.
Yeah.
Don and Van. Yeah.
So, but she also tends to bring up that the Irish are also sold as slaves and stuff like that, which is true. And like an analog to like that situation, it made me think of the stereotype that white people usually bring up slavery or racism when trying to connect with black people, which for other people it tends to kind of upset them. And I usually just laugh at it. Like I also wondered the same thing, like there's other talking points, but I'm not mad at it. But you know, I also kind of try to think from the other side, like, hey, they're just trying to understand us, especially from recent history that, you know, it's been a little shaky between the two races,
Right,
you know?
right.
So, you know, that's their way of trying to reach out and connect.
Why?
Crazy thought, right?
Yeah, I get it, but damn.
Go ahead, keep going, bro.
So, albeit with the questionable effectiveness of like that take, right? It just makes me think, like, well, you know, with the black community that tends to get mad at the white people bringing up those topics to try to connect. It's almost like they want them to continuously be ignorant of the situation to a degree because they're not talking about it, bringing it up and explaining it, because they're not necessarily viewing it from they're just trying to learn rather than, you know, some other ulterior motives.
Right.
True.
So again, that brings me back to the main question, like, is ignorance really bliss? And I want to see what y'all's takes are on it.
Right.
Man, okay.
So, it's a very interesting topic for sure.
Yeah.
And I think it's one of those that we may not find a right answer for if I would need Jolie in the house for us. But
100%. Yeah.
but you know, so like for me personally, definitely from what you're explaining, I can understand the ignorance of it or like the contradiction of it for sure. Because I always think about how do I deal with other races? And I always feel that, you know, for some reason, like for example, I know a lot of Hispanic people that say the N-word and it roll off their tongue like they're black themselves.
Yeah.
And you know, it always triggers me. It doesn't trigger me like I get mad, what the hell are you doing? But it always gets me to the point of like, should I be mad or not? You know, am I supposed to be offended or not? You know, like he said it so smooth, like he sounded like he grew up around a lot of black people, quote unquote.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he's saying a word that if a certain race said this word, I'm upset. And it's like, you know, why? Why am I upset about this one race saying it where I can let everybody else say it, but this one person say it, it's not okay.
Yeah. And I kind of went through the same thing with high school too, because like our demographic over by Clark was a lot of Hispanic, Latinos, and then you had the black community because it's kind of like in the hood in a sense, right?
Yeah. Right.
And the thing that irritated me about it was like, not only would they say it, but they would say it more than
we do.
Black people.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just like, why is that? Yeah, like
Yeah.
I think it was more. It pissed me off more at the amount of times and the frequency of what they said it than them actually saying it themselves. But then again, it's like, why am I upset? Because they're using it just like I am. It's not necessarily, hey, I'm calling that dude a nigga. It's more like, yo,
What's up, my nigga?
You know,
what's up, brother? Yeah, no, and that's how I feel. So like, so I guess to answer your question, I would. So let's just start with answering your question. Is ignorant bliss? I would want to say, to a point, yes. Ignorance is bliss until it backfires on you.
Okay.
So and I'm gonna use a different example. I'm not gonna use race. I'm gonna use education, or I'm gonna use just life right now. So right now, I kind of feel that I was ignorant to understand on what it takes to be an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? And because of my ignorance to be an entrepreneur, I felt that I didn't put in enough effort in things that I was entrepreneuring as I should have. For example, like I was telling you guys earlier, I've been hanging out with PJ a lot more, and PJ is the ultimate hustler in my eyes. You know, and seeing the things that he goes throughout the day, it blows my mind. I'm sitting here like, I never thought about having to deal with things like this. You know what I'm saying? But if I want to own my own business, this is what it takes. You know what I'm saying? So I was ignorant to what it takes, but now that I understand what it takes, it's more blissful, because now it's like, okay, I know I need to do more work, or no, I need to put more to it. You know, so that's kind of like, you know, it's ignorance is. Sorry. Let me rephrase it. It was blissful at first because I was thinking I was doing enough, and I was thinking I was doing good. But then once I realized that I was ignorant to what it really takes to it, it kind of gave me a you know, like a little
back to reality.
Yeah, back to reality. Yeah, reality check. But at the same time, it wasn't like a hurtful reality check, but it was a reality check to let me know, okay, there's more truth out here to what I know. You know, so that's what I want to say. I want to say ignorance is bliss until you're no longer ignorant of it, and then it's no longer bliss. Okay. If that makes sense. So once you get that smack, that reality, that's when it was no longer. That's when that blissful taste turns real sour real quick, and you be like, ooh, this is nasty. I wish I knew this. And you start thinking about, damn, I called these many people this right here, thinking it was a cool term, and I was actually disrespecting them this whole time. You know what I'm saying? So that'll be my speak on it. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I know you marinating. I can see it on you over itching.
Nah, so what is ignorance bliss? I like to utter a rebuttal and saying no, ignorance is not blissful. Dot.
Yeah.
And I'll finish that after we get to the race thing. All right. So, with other races using, you know, the word, nigga around me, you know, and like saying it like, not even so much directing it at me, but like just saying it around me. Like when I was younger, I wouldn't say it was cool. I would never say it was cool, but it was a sense of, I don't know, I guess connecting on a different level in a sense. And I say that so candidly and wholeheartedly because like that was a word like my father would not allow like in the house at all. My mother and father like not at all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like movies like generally like wouldn't say that. You know what I'm saying? My parents kept it old school. I didn't really listen to hip hop until I went away to my military school. That's when I really started listening to hip hop. Like before that, I would like see my cousins over the summer, maybe listen to a couple songs here and there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like maybe. You know what I'm saying? But like I grew up in San Diego, Southern California. You know what I'm saying? There's the demographics. You know what I'm saying? Like many of the schools I went to, because I went to private schools, I was one of. You know what I'm saying? So like I was the odd one out. I was, you know, always like spotted out. You know what I'm saying? Visually and just because like I'm big energy.
You're different,
Yeah, you know. So
you're different. You know.
So like I was always on my teacher's helmets because like I'd be in class like, oh, you did that wrong. Like, what are you talking about? Like first grade, second grade, kindergarten. I tested at third grade level in math. You know, so like I was about, oh, you did that wrong. It's like, no, you didn't. What are you talking about? Ooh. I'm like, oh, you're supposed to do this and that. They look at it. Huh? How you know that? Why are you talking back in class? Ooh. I'm like, I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? But back to the story. So it was, you know, like it was a word. It was like, you know, the forbidden fruit, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Like, weren't allowed to say it in the house. Didn't listen to any music that said it. A record could curse day and night, just through and through. As soon as I said nigga, nah, you can't listen to this.
Right.
That was, you know, the cursing they can get by because, like, you know, like they just like don't curse. You know what I'm saying? Like, watch movies that curse and stuff like. But like that, they're like can't get by it. You know what I'm saying? And like my father grew up in New York. You know what I'm saying? In like, the city. You know what I'm saying? So like that was not a term used for fun. That was a term used for degradation.
Right.
My grandfather, his father, grew up in the South, North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? I think he was born in, I think he was born in like 1910, 1911, something like that. You know what I'm saying? So like, again, Deep South. You know what I'm saying? That's something you heard negatively your whole life.
Right.
My mother grew up in Georgia. Again, something you heard negatively in life. So moving out to San Diego, ain't no way.
Yeah.
Like, no, ain't no way. Even back in the 90s, like, nah, y'all, nah, we good. You know, so like, as I got older, you know, as I started seeing things, you know, things for what they really were, because like my parents had to talk with me when I was 3. You know what I'm saying? And for heroes out there listening, like, it ain't the talk y'all thinking about. Like, it's the black talk. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna get pointed out, you're gonna get spotted out because like you look different, and because they know you look different, and because they feel like they can, you know, cast blame on you, cast doubt on you, whatever the case is. But like, just know that I had to talk at 3. You know what I'm saying? Because like I was at preschool, La Petite Academy, shout out, and I was doing the same things my partners was doing. Like we were running around doing dumb shit. You know, 3 years old.
Right.
Like all we do is run around the playground. You know, sit down, do a little education, have a snack, lunch, take a nap for about an hour, golden days. Get back up, play, then you get picked up. Like, simple and plain, right? So, like, living the dream.
Right.
And, like, I remember, like I said, like, I would just run around, like, I would always kind of just get, like, you know, just, like, a little, just, you know, off. But then, like, what really happened was, my parents took me to see Men in Black. You know what I'm saying? And that was a PG-13 movie. I was like 3 years old. Like I was him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was see me on top of the jungle gym. What's up?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know. And Will Smith, he said, son, I can't remember the line, but it had the word ass in it. Like he was like, you know, like he's kicking his ass. So I wish I knew the line off the top of my head. But I know I went back to school, like, you know, after the weekend, and I said ass, and like you know, like, and kids used to curse, like, you know, like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it was a lot of military kids in that area, you know, so like kids were like, you know, little 3-year-olds would just say like a bad word, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But I got scolded. I got so much trouble. Mm-hmm. And like I was like, I don't understand. Like he said this last week. You know, I was tomorrow. He said this last week, and she was like, you know, drive home. It was like 20-minute drive. She sat there and talked to me while she was driving. Just I'm in the back seat, little passenger seat, just feet kicking. Didn't really, it sunk in, but it didn't hit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I absorbed it, but it didn't like hit. You know what I'm saying? Because I was too young, too immature, too ignorant to understand the gravitas of it. You know what I'm saying? As I got older, I started seeing more and more because, again, the schools I was in, I was always one of. You know what I'm saying? I would see how the word transcended and the word would be used. And it just didn't necessarily sit right with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was one of those things, like, as I got older, I understood more, I saw the world for more. It was just too much. It was really just too much. You know what I'm saying? Like, my best friend, he's white. You know what I'm saying? And, like, in high school, like, it was like, I don't know if I would say it was a joke, but, like, I would just try to get him to say he would never. Never. He was just on it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, in my head, like, I was too young to really know, like, I say I was testing him or something like that, but, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he stayed solid. You know what I'm saying? He went away to school in Illinois, played football up there. You know, everybody from Chicago, Florida, you know, all type of shit. And, like, you know what I'm saying? Nigga, you know what I'm saying? And, like, he's in the locker room with him, like, with them, you know, stuff like that. And, like, and they're like, bro, you're part of the team, like, you know, it is what it is type shit. You know what I'm saying? Because some people have different
views on it.
You know what I'm saying? Different, you know what I'm saying, understandings. And, you know, he came back from school and he was like, you know, saying woo, woo, woo. And, like, maybe, like, the first year he came back, like, you know, I was still, like, you know, being in the conversation, like, less and less. And to the point where, like, I wouldn't say almost, like, it got to a point where he just using common tongue that, like, if I was around him and he said it, or, like, on the phone, like, he just, like, not even talking to me, just like, oh, like, you know, oh, this nigga just wilding, he just driving, right?
Yeah.
You know, I'll just, like, get quiet and be like, hey, bro, like, I'm gonna talk to you later. Just hang up the phone. You know what I'm saying? It's not him, it's the word. It's what it means, what it was used for.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? How it was meant to, like, put the people down, and how it was meant to, like, people who look like me, my grandparents, your grandparents, you know? And it was just one of those things where, like, we had to sit down and have a talk, and I was like, hey, like, I know it's not used in a derogatory term. I know it's pop culture, essentially, black culture is pop culture. But I know that from what's going on in the world, how it is, like, it's not you. It's just like something people really just use in common tongue, which is wild. Wow. Right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because people really did use that in common tongue. Right. You know what I'm saying?
For a different reason.
Exactly.
Too, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I really think about that one. Yeah. But it got to a point where you had people like Dave Chappelle, right? Like, one of his big things, like, they were calling him into this, like, Comedy Central was calling him, like, hey, bro, like, you can't be on here saying, faggot and all that stuff on the air. Yeah. But they was letting him say nigga all day, right?
All day long.
And he was like, well, why can I say other bad words and I can't say these? Mm-hmm. And he's like, well, because you're not one of them. And he's like, well, I'm not a nigga neither. So, like, what are y'all trying to say?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, real talk. Yeah. So, and it wasn't just like, him. Like, there's other people, like, who came into my life, came into my friend group, who were like in their time, like in their world, like, just say it. You know what I'm saying? Just like, just casually, and they're Latino as well. One dude, he said he had black in him, like one drop rule, but like he didn't present black. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, right. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was one of those things where they would say it, and like, once I got comfortable and like I trust them, they trust me type deal. We had a nice relationship. Mm-hmm. I sat them down. I was like, hey, like, I'm just coming to you man to man. Like, when you say this, like, I just want you to understand what you're saying, and how it was used, and how entrenched this is. It's not just me who hurts when you say that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't walk around using like Hispanic, or Latino derogatory, slurs. You know what I'm saying? There's a couple. I don't walk around saying fucking, Jewish slurs. I don't walk. I don't. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, it's one of those things where like I can respect what you've been through.
Right.
From my perspective, I understand what you're going through, and I'm knowledgeable about this enough to understand the struggle you'll face going forward in whatever walk of life. You know what I'm saying? Because like every group, every people, every race has their own struggles, whether we like to really like address them or not. There are like people have their biases, people have their thoughts against like a certain race or how certain people look, just discriminatory for like past experiences from like hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And instead of addressing that hurt, they much rather project it off in a sociably passable way. You know what I'm saying? And just kind of like, it's just what I say. Right. And and like that was the response I got back when I would speak to, like I said, I would spoke one-on-one. And like the way I got comfortable doing this was because I talked to my best friend like this. And I was like, hey, like, we kicking it, we talking, woo, and I was able to like just have a heart to heart, because you have to understand, when you have that type of conversation with somebody, when you let them, you try, like, you can never make them wise to the understanding, right? You can never make them truly understand, because they can never understand, and we can never understand in other races,
right?
Like history of trauma, you know what I'm saying? Like really, like, because like when it came to having this talk, I had to be so vulnerable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I had to be vulnerable with myself. I had to be vulnerable to him, because we could be having this talk. You know what I'm saying? He can stand up and get aggressive, like, no, man, bro, I'm gonna say it because, like, I'm a grown man, woo. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, at that point, like, 100%, I'm not in a place to, like, square up and fight. So I'll defend myself, but, like, you got to be in the mentality to fight. And, like, I've been so vulnerable and let this down to let you know that something, like, you're my boy, something like that, and, like, I let you know, like, something truly hurts me. You know what I'm saying? Like, it hurts me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, be real, like, with yourselves, like, y'all too, like, everybody listening, like, when was the last time, like, you honestly were vulnerable enough to let somebody know, like, this hurt me? not your doctor. You know what I'm saying? They got HIPAA. You know, they can't talk about your stuff, no way. But like to let someone know, like you were like not just physically hurt, but like really like mentally, emotionally like hurt.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? Just like I'm struggling.
Right.
You know, I'll go through rough patches, and I got my boy like 10 minutes down the street, 15 minutes down the street. You know what I'm saying? There's times where like I'll just pull away and disconnect because like that's such a vulnerable place.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To even like have somebody there physically, but then to open up and let them know like what's going on because you don't know what they're gonna do with that information. You know what I'm saying? Remind me, I got a video sent out. It's called The Anatomy of Trust by Brene Brown.
Okay, okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah, it's because it lets you really understand that there's multiple components to trust and how if one breaks, it could affect all this other stuff. You really don't have words to kind of put to these thoughts and emotions. So you just say like, I just don't trust you. I don't trust you. You know what I'm saying? And that's, you know, what it comes down to with the word. You know what I'm saying? Having that conversation because like you're saying like, I truly trust you. I'm vulnerable. Like, you know, I have to accept whatever reaction you give me on this. You know what I'm saying? We have to just move accordingly.
Right.
You know, and I've had these conversations and let them know like I don't like it. I don't say it that much. I do say it, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie and say I don't say it. But like when I'm around people who don't look like me,
you don't say it like that.
I don't say it at all.
Yeah. Nah,
because they'll get comfortable, bro. Like they'll get comfortable and just start saying it and like if you don't say nothing the first time, if you don't press the issue the first time, they think it's cool, they got the pass, and they just gonna just start rolling it.
Right.
Rolling it.
I mean, so, and like you said, I think it's all, you know, so first let's go based off the N-word, right? And then we're gonna get back to the conversation of ignorance.
Yeah.
I got some questions.
I still got the dot. I still got the dot.
But, so, you know, when it comes to that, for me personally, you know, unfortunately, I grew up in a different place. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in the West Coast. Vegas is a true melting pot. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, I always went to school with so many people of different races. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I went to the Promotic Basketball School, you know, shout out Kit Carson and stuff over on the West Side. But yeah, no, I always went to school multiple different places. And, you know, my grandparents, they're from it. You know what I'm saying? They from the South. Grandma really picked cotton. Granddaddy did too. But
facts.
But shit. At the same time, my granddad would call me a little nigga.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it was like. So that's what it was like for me. Yeah. It was like I could never really got to the point where it really got me to the point where it was you know, like for me, because every time I heard it, it was always in not even I want to say a semi-comfortable environment. It was never like. That nigga, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. And if it was, that was a joke. You know what I'm saying? With the homie, laughing around. But it was always the same thing for fun.
It's kind of calling your homie a bitch, but just in a joking manner.
Exactly.
Like we all goofing around like,
exactly.
Hey, you stupid.
Exactly.
Yeah, something like that, you know?
But then like, yeah, so like for me, like me and my homie George, we were like always racist for each other. You know what I'm saying? Shout out George, shout out Forte. Like we went off. Like we'll really be going to class. I'm like, yo man, we gonna come to the backyard and cut them trees up. He's like, we'll cut them up and stop smoking them all. And I'll be like, I'll see you next period. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how we be on. We be like that all the time. But at the same time, he never really dropped the word or anything. Like we always respected each other. If I did see somebody of another race who did drop the word, like I said, it was always some type of homie. You know what I'm saying? And then you can just tell from
like it's not direct. And you
can tell it's not directed.
Like, it's not directed.
How they use it, yeah, it just flows out. And then you be like, whoa,
you say this. Like it's like you say this.
You
like,
say this, right?
You be over here talking with your boys like this. Like,
yeah, you talk like this.
You know what I'm saying? You hang out with all white motherfuckers. Like you know what I'm saying?
But then at the same time too though, once I start to get to know bruh and learn bruh, he hangs around all black people. You know what I'm saying? His dad is a freaking, you know what I'm saying, like a real gangbanger type shit. Yeah. Kept him out the streets and whoop-de-whoop, and he's just like this, and this is where he just grew up, and I'm like, I can understand it now because at the end of the day, from what the word is transformed into today's time of day, it's like urban, I guess, if that's the word. Like you said, it sucks still. It still sucks. It's still weird. It's still weird that it's urban. Like I said, it shouldn't be like that. Yeah. Like I still get that weird feeling and taste. Like, yeah, it's just not right though.
Because like I said, my thought is like, even when they singing season songs, I didn't mean to cut you off. I apologize.
No, you good.
But like, even like, you know what I'm saying, singing music and stuff like that, and just being with, like, you're rolling with the song.
Yeah.
And it's one of the things where, like, one of two things, like, you get too, I get too emotional. It'd be wild, right? Like, well, really three, right? Because, like, sometimes, like, you can tell, like, you know, someone, like, naturally stop the song, you know, it's just like, okay, you know, like, all right, you know, just let it, like, roll through and just keep it going, right? Other folks, you hear them, like, say it, and it's just, like, kind of shocked. Like, it's like, you know, you kind of mixed emotions. Like, you kind of shocked, you kind of surprised. You like, okay, like,
but
you know the
like,
song.
But
you know what I'm saying? Like,
song,
you know what I'm saying?
though.
But that's the justification. But
that's
like,
the fucked up part,
like,
yeah.
And that's what makes me scratch my head and be so conflicted, right?
Yeah.
And then the third one, just this one always gives me, like, the people who, like, you could tell sing the full song, but, like, when that part come on, you buy them, they...
Yeah.
And then, you know what I'm saying? Like, do a hard ass... I wish we had a camera in here, because y'all would have seen that funny ass face.
I already know.
You had a hard pause. You know what I'm saying? You be like, you practiced. You did that on purpose. Now, I know you be in your car jamming. You know what I'm saying? Like,
to build off of that too, because it's like there's definitely situations. I would say those are the most situations where I usually hear it from you know, another race of my friend group, right? Or Fernando, for instance, right? We made a joke because he just doesn't say nigga around me and Gerald, but he says he substitutes it with homie, and it just changes the song. So then we start saying homie just as a natural thing, just to make him feel included or whatever. But the shit's also funny. It's like, it was a good way to switch it to not make it seem like you ignorant.
yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? But then there's other situations where rather than the pause, the dude really be saying nigga. Like, he put emphasis on it.
Put bass in it, but
yeah. And that's where it comes into, like, for me, I really had to pay attention to the intention.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's the main thing. It has to be all the attention behind it. Like,
and you can read it, like, going off the song, right? Like, if they're just saying, and it's in the groove with the song and shit, like, sometimes, like, today's rap, you'll hear a nigga, but it's like a part of the verse. It's not a standout thing. It's just like it goes with the song. It still kind of bothers me a little bit. It makes me think a little bit, but if they say it and it's like, it's not their intent and it's just going with the song, it's not like they're putting emphasis on it. Again, who do they hang out with? I know this person. There's some people that it's them. It's the word. It's just, it's a word to them. When at the same time, like, I understand a little bit more gravity, but my thing is, like, why make myself hurt over an intention that I know is not being used from what I learned the word from?
Right, because, like, so, like, for me, right, I'm not gonna lie, what hurt me more, and this is what happened in Reno. This is like, so I'll never forget, we won the we was playing basketball. I promise you, it was me, B, everybody's there. It's a champion. I don't know if it's a championship game. It was one of those games though. We were playing, and we hit the buzzer beater shot and won the game. And it was against, like, you know, like SEE or one of those top fraternity that are good for athletes type deal. They know they can hoop. And then, like, you know, I heard it clear. One of the girls in the crowd, of course, the black frat win. Like, that hurt me more. Like, she might as well call me a nigga. The worst nigga. Like, she might as well said that. But that hurt me more than anything. And that's what always hurts me more. The black guy. Like, when I hear the black guy, that hurts me more than anything. I hate being the black guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that right there hurts me a lot more. I hate to say it. Because it's always in a negative tone.
Yeah.
It's always in a negative, condescending tone. But anytime I hear that word, like I said, I haven't heard it a lot. And a lot of times I probably don't be paying attention either, because I know I got selective hearing. But yeah, I say hear the homie say it, and he not even talking to me. He on FaceTime with his other homie, and you hear the skin behind him. You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say the thing that makes me just conflicted to make me think about it that deep too was two instances. One, my ex was white, and then I met a white dude up in Reno. Super cool. Like,
not the ex being white, but yeah.
You know, but the homie Nick, his whole demeanor was a black dude. Like that's just like the stereotypical. Okay. Like he hung around black people. Okay. Like not just the fake shit. Like I live in the neighborhood with black people. Nah. No, like this man really grew up with him. Like I see pieces of myself in the way I grew up just by the way he speaks or like the things he's saying and then just how he's chilling. Like I feel his energy. Is you grew up like me. Right. And he doesn't say it often, but sometimes he'll say it. But it's not like it's his intent is the same as which I would use it around my black people. So it's like I was after a while I was like cool with it. But going to my ex, it was a song. Okay. And she said it, and I'm just like I let it slide. That was the first chorus, right? And I'm just sitting here thinking, driving, and I'm like,
you're about to say it again?
It just don't sound right. You're not saying it. You're yeah. Second time it happened, I was like, hey, I'm not comfortable with you saying that. Right. And then she was like, wow. I was like, it's honestly, it just doesn't feel good to me. Like like how you said it hurts you. Her saying it and me understanding the reason why she's saying it, like feeling the intent, it's just like, don't. Please. Yeah. I'm requesting you to stop. Right.
You shouldn't have to explain your feelings. If something makes you feel uncomfortable and you say it hurts, like, period. Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? If I feel like opening up to you, I will.
And it was low-key somewhat like an argument with it at like another point.
And that hurts even more.
I'm like,
so you why? Doubling down?
So why?
Yeah, you should have the argument with this.
Yeah, you doubling down?
She asked like her black friend, because we was all three chilling, and she's like, oh yeah, he won't let me say it. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, you shouldn't be saying it. And that's from her friend. I'm like, it hurts that you are so ignorant.
That you had to ask somebody else.
That you had to ask somebody else, and you're even fighting this issue in the first place.
See, so now that's where it gets to me now. When it comes to the point where now when we say something and then you make it seem like it's wrong, and I shouldn't have the right to say what I said about how this makes me feel. So for example, I didn't mean to start your story.
No, I was just gonna say, like, with addition to the fact of there's no way you're unconsciously ignorant to the fact of what that fucking subject or word, in case a nigga, right? Like you shouldn't, how I would probably feel, and you should respect that. You know what I mean? But my bad.
Exactly. Continue. Nah, so I had this one coworker back when campus escort days, and campus escort at the end of the day, I'm riding in the van with this one person for a few hours. You know what I'm saying? I'm on a road trip with this person for a few hours, so I got to ride with them. Man, I'll never forget one day we was picking everybody up. Like everybody was done like around like 10 or something, like 4 or 5, around 11 or something, like 3 or 4 vans were off. So we went up to the top, picked them up, kind of working the long shift. And then we in the van, and then they start talking. They asked about like, girlfriends and stuff. So then we told them our girlfriend names, and the way she reacted to one of the names, like this, I'm not gonna use her real name, but let's say her name was Shaniqua. She was like, okay, yeah, well, my girlfriend named Shaniqua. Shaniqua? And I'm sitting here like, okay, nigga, you might as well look forward and keep driving, because you did not just have to. Why'd you make fun of this girl name? Why you say her name like that? Like it was the most ignorant thing you must heard in your life. Like Shaniqua. And I'm sitting here like, that alone was disrespect. Like that's when it's like, okay, you ignorant as fuck. Like you just, I don't say nothing. I don't have nothing. You know,
you got to blame the public education system. Period.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? Trying to limit my history to 28 days.
Exactly.
Crazy.
And that's why I said I love. That's one thing I always loved about growing up in Vegas. Like I have that ability that I look at everybody the same. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I really grew up in a melting pot. I really, my homie Phillip from the old neighborhood, this whole Hawaiian homie, or he was a Filipino. Man, that's where I got pineapple pizza from. And I don't care what y'all say, pineapples go on pizza.
Pineapples go on pizza.
Yeah, pineapples go on pizza.
Y'all can have it.
Anyway, I'm just gonna let y'all know. But he taught me so much. And just like going out and hanging out with his household, I'm sure vice versa. Him come to my house, gotta take his shoes off and be quiet, and she sleep. And yeah.
So, okay. To kind of go back to like the general topic of ignorance, though, using what we kind of said already, right? My thing is, like, okay, look, ignorance is supposedly bliss, right? So, how would you know when you're ignorant to the truth? Unless it's brought up to you, right? So that brings back to the point where it's like, you know, they'll get mad at somebody, but sometimes they're genuinely just kind of asking to understand.
True.
So,
and you have to be able to differentiate between that, you know,
right.
and that's why I said like that vulnerable space, because you have to be able to think clearly.
Yeah.
You can't be tense. You can't, like, you have to like truly like
relax.
This is like one of those like one shot. You got one shot. You can't miss this. Like this is a connection like that. If this relationship, this bond, this friendship is meant to be, we can have it. We can both understand each other. We can just like, you know, walk out of here, you know, head held high. You know what I'm saying? My best friend, who I grew up with, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's Jewish. You know what I'm saying? Bar mitzvah and everything, lit. I wasn't invited though. We didn't even know each other really at that time. Anyways, like I hang out with him all the time. You know what I'm saying? His mother's Jewish. You know, you adopt your mother's religion. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, I tutor. You know what I'm saying? And like associate with like a lot in the Jewish community. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't use a Jewish slur.
Right.
Like not just like around them, but like I wouldn't use Jewish. Like I know what y'all been through. I know what y'all went through. You know what I'm saying? I know what they still apologize to y'all for, which they apologize to us. But like I know. You know what I'm saying? So like it's one of those things where like I understand where this hurt still is. Like literally still is. Like I understand. So like I could never hurt you like that or attempt to hurt you like that.
And I feel that's because you have that natural sense of respect. You know what I'm saying? Like respect comes first. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, they don't have that awareness to even, like that's what makes them ignorant, because like awareness is one. Like you're not paying attention to where you are and the surroundings you're in and what you're saying. Like that's like me being on the flag football field calling the kids little shits. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's why I call kids in the private league of my home, so that's what I'm calling on the field. Like, no. Like, I'm out here with all these people, all these kids with different origins and everything. Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am. You know, how we doing? You know, I'm out here with respect. Like, don't call me that. You know, you tell me don't call you that? Yeah, but I work in casinos. I deal with so many people. Respect is my first step. You know what I'm saying? That's number one from everything.
Right.
Because I don't know where you're from. I don't know how you act. And shoot, I might get a few dollars if I'm being honest. I
would say like, you know, yes sir, is when people like, oh no, don't call me that. My name is Susie. I'm like, all right, Miss Susie. I'll see you later.
Miss Susie, not just just like
Miss
that.
Susie. Like, I'll talk to you later. You know, simple. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay. Like,
and they like it.
Like simple. Like, and it's just like cool. Like, you don't want me to like, you know, dress you so formally, but like, okay, like you're still gonna have a title.
You're gonna have a title.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
my coaches, I say, hey, well, how you doing, Coach Mark, Coach Brian? You know,
like you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna let you know, like, I see you, and this is how I see you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really like the best way you can connect with somebody. Like, just by the way you address them and speak to them and converse with them. Like, you can really let them know, like, I see, and it can be the simplest interaction. You know what I'm saying? But like, you know, it's just like, you know, whatever little nickname, right? Like, I see you blue chucks. You know what I'm saying? Like, little D's, they probably forgot what color, you know what I'm saying, what color shoes they had on. They looked at me.
Oh yeah, I do have blue chucks on.
Like, okay, like, you know, you see me.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that's all you want to do is be seen. Like, you know what I'm saying, in the general sense. And that's why, like, I personally don't be out here throwing out these derogatory, like, and that's just, I think, a simple way of living. It's about the respect, but like, life can be so easy, but we make it so hard. You know what I'm saying? Like, cool. Law of averages says, like, you know, this can go by. You know what I'm saying? Like, you and I even gonna respond to this. But what if you, like, it's just that one day? Like, and I had to let this know to one little kids I tutor. Love him to death. Love him to death. Love him to death. But like, he was like, he started like saying, like, you know, got around, like, you know, went to high school. You know, like, got around different crowds, different school. You know what I'm saying? And like, he just like, you know, said that I threw it out there a couple times. And like the first time I was like, hey, like chill out. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, Michelle. You know, like, you know, it like happened again, like, and like the third, like, so I talked to him after like the second time. I talked to him. I sat there. I was like, hey, bro, like, it's really not cool, like, to like say that. I know it's in pop culture and some music and stuff, but like, I'm just letting you know, like, you don't. I was like, you've never heard me say that word,
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm probably the blackest dude you know, like literally, like, you know, like just visually with my melanin, or just like, you know, like I know who you hang out with. You know what I'm saying? So like I'm telling you, I'm not cool with it. Period.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Said again. So I was like, hey, I gotta like have a conversation with your parents. Like, I'm gonna let you know, like, and I told him, like, I like, as much as I could have like a 13-year-old, I think he was 13 at the time. As much as I could have as a grown man, have a 13-year-old understand pain and hurt from an adult. You know what I'm saying? Like, they may not have even like really seen that from like their parents.
Right.
Like, if we're being real, like the only time, like, you know what I'm saying, the only time like growing up I saw my father like actually like hurt and pain. He had surgeries, all types of stuff.
Right.
Only time I've actually seen him hurting in pain was when his mother passed. And like he literally locked himself in his room for like 3 days, man. And like, yeah. And you know what I'm saying? Like, I really did see him for like 3 days. He was just sitting in the house. You know what I'm saying? Just in mourning. And like, in my head, I was just like, damn. You know what I'm saying? I was young and I really like, you know, still didn't fully understand. But I was just like, damn, like that's the strongest man I know. That's my dad. You know?
Right.
You know, and like, as a kid, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like, you know, it was shocking. It was baffling. So you have to like, just be prepared. Oh, damn, damn. But no, like, you know, just to have that hurt and understanding, like, I would never want to see that on somebody else. That's what I'm saying. Right. So like, I would never even like put that chance out there, like, for it to be that day, for it to be their breaking point. You know what I'm saying? Because like, there have been interactions where like the words come up and thrown around, and like, if I'm in a different headspace, I'm in a different headspace. You know what I'm saying? I have all type of stuff going on. You know what I'm saying? I hear them like, "What'd you say?" You know what I'm saying? And like, just like, not even like saying like for a reason to lash out, but like, it's such a deeply entrenched emotion and feeling. Like, you don't know what's gonna bubble up from that well. You know what I'm saying? It could evoke anger. You know what I'm saying? Depending on what's going on, right? It could invoke a sense of despair and pain and like real hurt, right?
Just being cognizant of it,
right?
Got
So like, you know, so you don't know what that person's experienced with that word, or like their family, like what they witnessed. So like, you just don't know. So why even take the chance? Why even take the chance to like, you know, alter this relationship, alter this random person's day? Like, why? Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I get at with my boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's
no, you good. I had to crack my neck.
Oh, okay.
That car accident. I can't see
like,
Nah, you good. You good. I'm cracking my neck.
But no, like with my boy, like, I was like, bro, I would never even consider like throwing out Jewish slurs. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I could, like, and I was like, I told him that when we were like, you know, younger 20s. You know, like I said that, you know, it was kind of like a loose conversation. It wasn't like that true heart to heart.
Right.
But then when we actually had the heart to heart, you know, like, we had to talk, and I told him everything. And I was like, at the end, I was like, bro, like, how'd you feel if, like, you know, I just started saying, like, you know, your derogatory term that I can use as a common tongue? He was just like, bro, it would be weird.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay, like, period.
Period. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Period. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's so, little story with the boy, right? I'm so sorry, y'all. So like, I had a conversation with his parents, and I had to let them know, like, and his parents are immigrants. Like, they moved here. You know, mother from Southeast Asia, father from, like, you know, the Middle East. You know what I'm saying? So they moved out here. So like, they know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have experiences with it. They'll never understand what slavery in America and racism in America is like. You know what I'm saying? Because they're just from a different country.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But like,
they got their own experience.
But they have their own experience, so like, they could feel me. And I would tell them, like, and I told them, like, when I said, like, man, I was choked up in tears, because like, I really do care for this family. Like, and I was like, again, this could be the last time I'm really talking to y'all. Y'all can hear what I gotta say and like cut ties. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that would hurt me. Like, that would literally hurt me. It would break my heart.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm sitting here just like eyes tearing up, just trying to like have this conversation with these people. Like, they know me for maybe like, you know, well, probably like 2 years at a time. Really I really grew with this family. And like I knew like I could be literally handing them the scissors to like just cut ties.
Right.
You know, and I told him, I was like, this is not out of a place to get my boy in trouble. It's not in a place to upset you. I just need you to understand where I'm coming from.
Right.
Because I've had this talk with him, and I can't explain to him the pain and the hurt. I was like, he's a child. I was like, I can't tell him these things. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's so disheartening that we could talk about everything else. You know what I'm saying? Everything else is free and dandy, but like we can't really have these entrenched conversations because people aren't educated.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, all they know really of is like kind of what they see in movies and Martin Luther King, right? Like,
yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, you know what I'm saying?
No.
And it's not necessarily on them, but it's on them because you should still know and understand like your social surroundings. You should care. At the very least, just care, right?
I mean,
and that's what I was trying to explain to them. And we had that talk. I let them know, like, and I was like, dude, like, honestly, like, I promise you, like, I am not trying to get him in trouble, but like, I just can't. I don't know how I'm going to continue to grow and build this relationship if, like, if I can't get through to him. You know what I'm saying? Because like my concern was not with me, because I can hold myself. I do got a temper, you know what I'm saying? But like, I can hold myself.
Right.
I was like, what if he's out at the mall with his boys, you know what I'm saying, walking around, and he says it in a group of, you know, black kids, you know, or like hear him say it and they want to go beat them up. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're little Jewish kids, they walk around the yarmulke, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the yarmulke. I got one from the bar mitzvah. It was lit. Yeah, I'll pat it on and everything. I was like, can I do this? They're like, yeah. I was like, man, my little yarmulke. Right? Anyways, I was like, what happens, like, you know what I'm saying, they get beat up. You know what I'm saying? That puts him in danger. Right. I was like, and I would hate to see something happen to him. I hate to come here and visit with y'all and see he's like, you know, beat up and stuff. And I asked what happened, and that's the story I heard. I was like, that would break my heart, because I had the chance to connect with him and educate him so he doesn't go out and make that mistake. I was like, because the first thing, like, I said this when I spoke to my mother about it. But I was like, the first thing that they will say if they get beat up for saying, you know, saying nigga out in town is like, oh, they beat them up because they're Jewish. That's it. You know, so that would be the thing. It would be no accountability. You know what I'm saying? And like, that wouldn't have been the case. Like, that would have been the story, the narrative. You know what I'm saying? But like, what happened? You know what I'm saying? Just like in Mississippi, right? You know what I'm saying? The riverboat fight. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, they just ain't coming out swinging chairs and, you know what I'm saying? Like, start beating up on people. Like, there was something that led to that and caused that type of reaction. You know what I'm saying? Like, the cause and effect. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are crazy in this world, don't get me wrong, but like, the likelihood of someone just like running up and just sliding you, right? Like what are the odds? Like, what are the odds? Yeah. Like, yes, we have doppelgangers and stuff like that, but I think it's like, what, 8.5 billion people on this planet? Right. What are the odds that you are the one who gets slid? Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you did something.
You have to did something.
Yeah, bro. And if you said you didn't, like, I'm just gonna be questioned the rest of my life and time with you.
Right.
Like, no, like, ain't no way. You saw how bad he hit you? You know what I'm saying? Like, but there's that 1 in 8.5. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's odds out there. You know what I'm saying? Someone take them long shots. But like,
you did something.
But like, you know what I'm saying? But like, you pissed somebody off. Like, what did you do? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, in the grocery store, someone cut you off and you sat there and cursed them out for 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? And you just like went about your day. Like, okay, like, all right, bro, I got you. I got something for you. Like, you caught me slipping because my kids was right here. Like, you know, like, I can't set that example, but I just caught you out on the sidewalk, just like at the crosswalk with your headphones on. I'm in my car, I pull up, just hop back in the car. You know what I'm saying? Like, on some wild shit. And it's like, damn, bro, like, I literally seen him get out of his car to come and slide you, bro. And you tell me you did nothing? Mm-hmm. No,
for real, bro. And that reminds me of.
I'll be sick.
What's that movie called? Damn. I think it was What Happens in Vegas. It was at the very end of the movie in the credits. I don't know, the dude cheated on the girl or something, so in the credit scene, They ring his doorbell. He opens the door and she just punches him in the nuts. And he's on the ground and she's like, you know what you did. And he walks off. And I'm saying, like, I forgot what he did. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but that's it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like people remember stuff. Like people remember traumas.
So
like,
yeah,
man,
you gotta.
Cool.
Yeah.
I got you. I see you. Let me catch you on a bad day and I see you. Like, what's up?
Nah,
you know, like, so, like, it's one of those things, like, why even play with that fire? You know what I'm saying? So I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Like I said earlier, like, life is easy. We make it hard. I'm trying to make it as simple as can be. You know what I'm saying? So my mind can just be as free as can be to, like, create and do what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like, freely. You know what I'm saying? Move comfortably. Like, I know I got some people who don't like me, cool, but, like, I ain't. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not doing nothing extra to somebody to where, like, they gonna go out of their way to come get their get back. Like, we cool.
Nah,
like,
bro,
you know what I'm saying? Like,
so
hey, you know what I'm saying? That's not even like a place of fear. That's like being smart. That's like being wise. Like, fuck all that.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, hey,
and that's what it is.
It's just being extra. Like, you be extra nice, you know, like, cool. I'd rather be extra nice than extra disrespectful. What's up with it?
So my thing is I just feel like that's the idea of, like you said, that's like being raised right. You know what I'm saying? Like, from your story, it's like a lot of the people that we see in the world that are quote unquote ignorant, you know what I'm saying? They're just
raised without respect.
Yeah, they're raised without respect. They don't have no understanding to relate back to. You know what I'm saying? Education's not there. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, sometimes they be the people that think they run shit. They think they're the ones in the right. You know, they're the, I hate to say it, the Karens. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, you know, it's like you can't be. Yeah. That's something my mama always say to me. People are crazy. Watch who you beeping your horn at, because motherfuckers will jump out the car and just break your damn windshield.
Yeah,
you don't know.
We had a story about a lady at church growing up. Like, she was honking at the dude, and like she sped past him. Dude pulled up next to her and had a gun, just pointed at her, and just drove off. Like I really could just take your life right here,
right now.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey man, like, get to where you going, just get there safely. I see someone driving by, say a little prayer, like, I pray he gets there safely. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I feel you, because I've been speeding down the highway like that before. You got to get somewhere. Like, cool. Like, hey, like, be safe, be easy. You know what I'm saying?
When I see somebody speeding, I'd be saying the same thing, bro. Like, you know, sometimes, you try to cut me off, and I'm like, okay, what to do? But if you, I'm like, okay,
yeah, just go.
Take it. You go. You have it. It's not that serious.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
you must got a baby on the way.
That's what I be thinking. Like, I think of, and this is like in that video. Like, please watch it. I want to hear y'all feedback on it. It was life changing. Like, truth to death, shame the devil. It was life changing. Okay. And like, I think the best worst of any situation for somebody.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it could be my birthday, right? That's my favorite holiday. My favorite holiday. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it tops Christmas. It does. Man. It tops Thanksgiving and all that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's May 25th is a beautiful day. But no, like, it's one of those things where I think the best worst of somebody in a situation, it can be my birthday, and you didn't call me. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, like, I did speak to him earlier in the week. He said he was slammed at work. He was stressed out. Like, you know, like, I pray he's okay, but like, you know, I ain't gonna trick my boy to hit me up. Like, I know it has to be something outlandish, something crazy. You know what I'm saying? For like you to not call me, like, hit me up. Like, I know something's going on. Right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna give you that grace and that space to communicate that to me before I have before I create an emotion within myself without knowing. Yeah. Because, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can sit there and get all tight. You hit me up. What, you know what I'm saying? Be like, you know what I'm saying? We've been boys for years. So what the fuck? Right. You know what I'm saying? But like, why? You know what I'm saying? But like, at the end of the day, like, buddy got into a car accident. He's in the hospital right now, bro. Yeah. You was out partying for your birthday, getting dumb lit. You hungover, but like, Jim Bob in the hospital right now, bro.
You mad at him?
Yeah, you mad at him, but like, he fighting for it. He was actually driving to your house and got T-boned. Like, so, like, what, like, he had balloons, like, all type of shit in the car. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everywhere. Yeah, bro, and like, you really uptight with him, like, bro, you don't even know.
You don't even know, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And like,
and that's how I feel, bro. You have no idea what people are going through, and that's something I always tell to myself. Like, you never know what somebody's going through. Somebody could be, like you said, they on the brink. You know what I'm saying? They shaking. And they waiting for somebody to say the wrong thing or step on their shoes. You know what I'm saying? Like, without an apology. You know what I'm saying? That's the hold the door open and don't say thank you. Yeah. And that's when you see the dude snatch her, throw her back in the room, like, bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's like,
I just say thank you. You know what I'm saying? Like
I say you welcome.
I say you welcome. You know what I'm saying? Or like when I sneeze, I say bless. I say thank you. I don't even wait for the bless you. Yeah. I just say thank you because like I know like for me, if I hear a sneeze in the office echo anywhere, like I
say bless you.
Bless you. You know what I'm saying? Like God bless you. Got you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I got you somewhere.
Simple. You know what I'm saying? And like so like me in my head, like I'm just like okay, like this energy I put out, like I know somebody's just faintly hearing this. They not shouting bless you, like you know just bless you. You know what I'm saying? Just thank you. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a response. Like you know what I'm saying? I used to piss off my ex. That's funny as fuck. I used to piss her off because like I didn't even say shit. And I'm like, well you didn't have to. Like you thought it. Like clearly with your response you thought it. So like we good. Like,
right.
Guys, if you think it, you might as well have said it.
I say all the time too. I'm like, I know you want me blessed though.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like what's up?
I know you want me blessed though.
So so it's one of those things where like I honestly think the best words of anybody in like any situation first. You know what I'm saying? And just leave that space because like who am I to create or evoke an emotion within myself and let that fester until I can speak to them?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like it could be like, you know, a week. It could be like 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Like they could have went on a trip or whatever. Like they knew it was your big day. You had a big interview. Woo woo. You know what I'm saying? They out of the country had cell phone service.
Right. Yeah.
Right. No. So you over there just uptight until they come back. You see them and they're like, hey bro, like I was locked. They locked me up in one of them little jails, bro. Like I literally got out of the cell and we went straight to the airport.
Bro, I was having that exact conversation in my head while I was waiting for you. I was like, shit, it's 6 o'clock. Greg is right on time. So I'm gonna give him about 6:15. And he ain't here about 6:15. He probably sleep.
Something happened.
Yeah, he had work. He probably forgot a party. Tutoring. He said tutoring. He probably forgot to reschedule.
Right.
Didn't hit me. It's all good. Shit, we get the episode rolling. Like, I was literally giving him 15 minutes. Like, you got the time. But at the same time, like I said, I was thinking. Like
even if you didn't make it, it was not like we holding it.
Yeah, I was gonna hit you up like you alright, but besides that, yeah, shit. We'll reschedule.
Exactly. That was perfectly. Like it was just one of those things where like in my head I was like, yeah, like you know, traffic on the 95 is horrible right now.
Oh,
always is.
Freeway terrible.
But you know, like I was like, damn, like I need a black. Got my black with tips, sweet. But then I was like, but I can't come in here empty-handed. So I was like, let me go ahead and get some Gatorades. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, it was just one. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like, I'll never show up empty-handed. Like, I got something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, literally, it's like because like that's just like who like you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I don't expect a damn thing back. But it's one of those things where like I know the best that I can do, the potential I have to spread the most like love, grace, and like just Jesus in this place. Right, what's up? But I know what I can do and what I can control. So like, why can't I just do my part? Right. I had a coach, man. I couldn't stand this coach in football in college. This football coach, but he would always say, "Do your 111th." You know what I'm saying? There's 11 dudes on the team. You know what I'm saying? 11 dudes on the field, and he was like, "Do your 111th. If you do your part, you can't worry about doing Jim, Timmy, and Bob's part. You do your one part the best you can. You can't lose." Right. Because all the other 10 guys on the field with you,
they doing
their best part at what they can do. We can't lose.
Right.
It's when you go try to help somebody else out or do something else, right? Mm-hmm. That's when that's when there's a bust, there's a hole. Mm-hmm. Doing too much.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not sitting over here and say, like, be mediocre or nothing like that. I'm not saying none of that. No. I'm just saying, like, do your part. Do it the best you can. Don't worry about what anybody else doing. Just do you.
Yeah, my coach used to say, be the strongest link you can be. Like, we're all a chain. Link the chain, be the strongest link you can be.
So, is that the ... to the fact of ignorance is bliss? Because, I mean, in those situations, I mean, yeah, your part may be a lot, but be ignorant to everybody else's certain parts, like what? Negative, like how is ignorance really bliss?
No, I started off with saying ignorance is not bliss, ... Right. So y'all say ignorance is bliss. I say ignorance is not bliss, ... But no, like it's your, forget my military background for this. It's your duty to be educated to your highest degree, in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be book smart, but like at least like street smart. Like you need to know
how the world operates.
Exactly, at its simplest. Yeah. Because once you understand that, you can move and groove so freely. Yeah. You can like literally like pick up and resonate with other people like so easily. You know what I'm saying? Because you can like school like, oh, like your vibes off. Like literally, like, people I used to laugh at people when they say that. You know what I'm saying? Like your vibes off, your energy's off. Like I can be like, bro, like I'm so kind of at peace and still spiritually, emotionally, that like I can tell, like, bro, by the tone of your voice, like, bro, like what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like what's on your mind? Like, you know what I'm saying? You saying you woo. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like when I came in here, y'all was like, oh, how you doing? I was like, man, you know, I want to do my blessed, black, and highly favored, but like, you ain't, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you can't fake the funk. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's one of those things where my mother used to always say this, right? Like the truth always comes to light. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can say like, oh, I'm good, I'm fine, I'm chilling. You know what I'm saying? But like, okay, like a week go by, 2 weeks go by, it's like you start with nose extra stuff, like, something really ain't right. It's like, yeah, like when I told you I was fine the other week, like really I had this and that going on, and like I just didn't share it. You know, that's your right, your privilege. You know what I'm saying? But like, now look at you. You know what I'm saying? Like, not like, you know what I'm saying? Now look at you. Like, like I said, it's a very vulnerable place to be in to like really express that to somebody. Right. You know what I'm saying? But like, you know what I'm saying? You can only fake the funk for so long. You know what I'm saying? Like, the wolf can only hide in sheep's clothing for so long until you gotta move. Right. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. The fur gonna slide out some way. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
the tail might come out.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Something gonna happen. Like, people gonna catch on. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's one of those things where, yeah, like ignorance is not bliss. The ... is that it'll get you killed. Like, really think about it. Like, and not to scare nobody, not to really like evoke no sense of like fear or worry in nobody, but like honestly, like ignorance get you killed. You know what I'm saying? Like, people can say ignorance is bliss all you want, but like, again, like, you know, from gun violence to just crazy instances where you have a stalker, you know, to, you know, losing a job opportunity, right, to defaulting on the loan or not really reading the payments right on your mortgage, and now the bank coming for their house back. You know what I'm saying? Like ignorance can get you killed and put you in some real bad situations. So that's why it's your duty. It's your God-given right to be educated. You know what I'm saying? Think back to slavery times. Like, what can slaves not do? You couldn't read. Education. Right? Like, it's so important and valuable, and the people that understand that and the people that put a continual effort, what did the old piece of the brain say? An unquenchable thirst for knowledge. Right. You know what I'm saying? I quote that shit all the time. Got just an unquenchable, you know, thirst to, like, you know, for this drive, for this passion. Honestly, because if you always have that strive of achievement and learning and moving forward and growing, like, especially like, you know, and just understanding in this world, like, you can't die. You can't die, and I don't mean that in like a physical sense, but like spiritually, like honestly, like, you know, if you look at like science, right, energy can't be created or destroyed, right? So like, the energy's here somewhere, right? Like, let's be real, the energy's here somewhere, right? But what I'm saying is that, like, you affected so many people, you touched so many people along the way. You know what I'm saying? That like, that energy's moving forward, right? You know what I'm saying? Like that spirit, that joy, that passion. It rubbed off on, like, you know, somebody. It affected people around you, whether, like, you know, you got the chance to understand, like, to see it, you know, whatever. Like, it did. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally. So like, it keeps going forward. It keeps passing forward. You know, like, you can be nice to some random person. You know what I'm saying? And like, you don't know if that like literally changes their day. Like, I was like, yeah, man, like, I love this time of year. Man, like, really, like November 1, like 1 November, I'm out here saying Merry Christmas. People like, it's too early, blah, blah, blah. Like, never too early. I'm really just slanging it out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and literally, because like, you never know. Like, some people, like, they do have bad experiences with Christmas, and like, I can see that, or like maybe kind of get that sense because, like, you know, how they respond to me saying it. But you know what I'm saying? I'm saying it was just like, hey, Merry Christmas. Like, you know, just like with so much like love and joy. Like, they're like, there's no way he could know that this hurt me. Right. I can see the look on his face. Hey, there ain't no fucking way he could think, like, he thought I was ever. He's just happy and in the spirit, literally, just happy and in the spirit.
So I got a contradiction to what you're saying, though. Talk to me. So I kind of feel that ignorant can be bliss to a certain level. Yeah. Because yes, life ignorance can be bliss. Not being ignorant of your surroundings and, you know, knowledge of, like you said, survival. You you know, things you need to eat. Being ignorant of not knowing that you need to cook your chicken all the way through. You know what I'm saying? Before you eat it, that right there can get you killed. Like you said, the shit like that. But then I feel there's a certain amount of ignorance that's needed though to make sure that you get through life easily too, or you know, on a different type of level. Like for example, I have no idea what race the lady is at the smoke shop. I don't know if she's Hispanic, Indian, anything like that. But at the same time, I really don't care. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, she's a human to me. And you know, yes, I'm not gonna have knowledge on what her race is or anything like that. Wouldn't say what holidays say too. I just say happy holidays though. That sums it up for me. And I'm gonna treat her like a human, like a. For me, she look like she dressed up like a female, so I could say that she's a female, but at the same time, shoot. If I get to the point, if I don't know that, I just say, how you doing? You have a good day too. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I'll leave it at that. I'm not going to try to figure out what you identify as, nothing like that, because that's...
Why not have a conversation? Let's a conversation starter. Like, you interact with certain people, like, you know, frequently. You know what I'm saying? So, like, why, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why not?
Shit, you know what I'm saying? I don't feel like it. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like I say, sometimes it's like on the football field, I don't care. Like I don't meet these kids' parents until I'm ignorant to who these kids' parents are until one of these kids gets hurt and on the ground. I say, "Where's your dad at?"
But then it's too late.
But at the same time, though,
but
it's not
though, because like I understand that. But like, what if the little kid's having like a fucking heart attack? And you were looking for his pops or his moms because you don't know who really like. I'm not saying it's a lot of kids, so I'm not putting this on you. But I'm just putting it out there. I'm just putting it out there. Like you can kind of like just figure out like the groups, like the film, like the frequent occurrences, so that you can.
I mean, I get that
because I'm saying like it could literally like I said, like you're in a freak accident, like something like crazy, like that second could be life changing.
I know. Trust me. I know. But at the same time, too, like you said, one, it's a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? I'm dealing with, you know, 20 kids at a time, 20 sets of parents, plus grandparents, uncles, nieces, cousins, sisters, brothers, coaches, they kids. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of people out there at the time. Yeah. You know, I get to the point I know their teammates. Yeah. I know which kid belongs to which team and stuff like that. I get to that point, I know who their coaches are. I kind of get familiar a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But I get to the point that I make sure the kids do that. You know what I'm saying? Like when the kids are showing up, yo, your new teammate over there, make sure y'all go there and introduce yourselves. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all know who's who, what's what, where is where. Like I try to make sure I facilitate and put that into the kids, because at the end of the day, I can't do all that right now, because right after y'all leave, I got a whole nother group that I got to reset and redo and start the whole process over again for a whole nother hour and a half. You know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you something. I know we run along, but like when I was teaching, right, I would teach, like, I taught in college. College, it was a little bit different because, like, you know, 18-year-olds, like, they just think they know everything. And I was, like, 23 at the time, too, so it was just, like, yeah. But as a teacher now with the, when I was teaching middle school, right, like, I had 5th through 8th grade science and advanced math. So I had 5th grade, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade. And then, since it was a Jewish school, there was a boys' class and a girls' class. So I got really 8 classes. You know what I'm saying? And like, the first 2 weeks, I did this when I taught in high school too. I had like 6 classes in high school. The first 2 weeks of school, like, I don't care nothing about a single book, what they got to say, none of that stuff. I tell you what we need to go over on the syllabus day, what you need to get, we done. Put the stuff away. I'm going to spend the next 2 weeks' time, because I do the lesson plan, so I know like how much time we can afford. I'm gonna get to know you so we can make this semester, this year, more smooth. You know what I'm saying? Like the first quiz I grade it, you know what I'm saying? I grade it, right? But like it's like a personality quiz. Like I literally asked him, like, you know, like what's your favorite color, favorite food, favorite restaurant, you know, favorite movie, like, you know, top 3 albums. Like I really try to get to know who they are, because then I incorporate that into like the lesson plan, right? I incorporate that into like, all right, this today I really need Johnny Bravo over there to like really like lock in today. So like he said this is his favorite album, so I might have this playing when he comes in. So he's calm, relaxed, he's locked in, he's focused. This is his favorite album. He gonna snap to and listen to his music. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and that's just what makes you next level. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because like I never even imagine a teacher ever doing that from where I grew up.
Yeah,
from,
like, dude, like,
and
and that was something, like, it really allowed the kids to get to know me and, like, see them for, like, individuals and, like, who they are as people, as young adults, you know, especially high school, they think they're grown anyway. So, like, I'm gonna treat you as such. I would tell them, I'm gonna treat you like the adult you think you are until you show me that you're the child. Until you show me that you're not an adult.
Right.
Literally, like, if you can act and groove like an adult, by all means, bet.
Right.
Simple. Like, you got it.
No,
but, like, you know what I'm saying? But once you start doing childish stuff, like, I'm going to treat you like you're a 16-year-old kid.
Right.
And I'm like, hey, bro, just go sit down.
Right. And,
you know?
And like you said, that's what makes you, like you said, a whole different level, though. You know, like, I get to that point. Like I was on the field, I know who the quarterback is by 3, 4, whatever. But yeah, so, you know, like I said, going back to the topic, though, like you said, just ignorance into a certain level, though, extent, I feel is sometimes needed to get through life. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, I'm always going to be ignorant. There's no way I'm ever going to know everything. You know, like as we were sitting here, I was looking up the definition of ignorance. And, you know, it's the lack of knowledge or training. You know, and unfortunately, I'll never get all the knowledge in the world. I'm always ignorant to something to a T. Yeah. So it's kind of like, you know, determining on what to be ignorant in and what not to be ignorant in.
You can choose, and that's the big part. Like, you can choose to be knowledgeable of things that are not going to serve you, and actively seeking more of that out. Especially if you understand of how the world works. You sometimes need to be ignorant to the shit that don't matter. Like, people giving you insults sometimes, or social media nowadays. There's a lot of shit on there that just you don't really need to be paying attention to.
Right.
It's all fluff. It's
Junk.
It's junk.
Well, they say junk in is junk out.
Yeah. But again, I think, like with most topics, like it comes to a balance. It definitely comes to a balance to where you need to understand which information like affects the direct world.
Exactly.
And like your also experience as well as other people's experiences too, to the best of your ability. But also everything else, keep it out. Because especially more nowadays, there's so much shit and information just floating around. There's a lot of things you just really don't need to be paying attention to, or else you're gonna get dragged into it.
Right, and that's how I feel. I feel like you should, you know, there's things to be ignorant to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care about none of the celebrity stuff at all. You know what I'm saying? I really don't. I don't even know what half these new rappers and shit look like. Yeah. You know, that I'm 100% ignorant to that at all. Like, they can walk right past me. Niggas, you don't know who that was? And I'm like, nope. I really didn't know who that was. Who was that? That was, so I was supposed to know that person?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm mad you don't know this person. You know that person. But then, yeah, I feel that, we need to just be more knowledgeable. So then I also wrote down like a little list based off of the kind of things we discussed tonight. And it's like how to get out of ignorance.
Yeah.
So, education was number 1. 2, learn respect. Learn to have respect in all avenues. Like, I feel the main thing from what the conversation was for sure was, you know where you are, know who's around you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't control what you say at home.
Yeah.
You know, but at the same time,
just interject real quick. That's what, like, I would say, like, if people like, oh, well, like, he lets me say it, like, you know, point to another black guy, like, he lets me say it. I'm like, all right, cool.
Okay,
like,
that's
you're
him.
around
Yeah,
him.
Exactly, that's him.
It's all good. Like, but around me, I just ask you, like, I'm asking you for me. I don't care what you do. Like, I can't control it.
Right.
I'm not gonna sit here and stress over it. Like, if we cool. Like, I can trust you in that. I can put 100% into my job because I know, like, you're not doing me wrong.
Right.
You know, type of stuff. Like, that's why a friend to me, like, the definition my father gave me, like, I was like 3, 5 years old, like something like very young. He looked me dead in the face. He was like, so I was like, oh, you know, my friend, man, we're on the playground, whoop, whoop. And he was like, the kid who got in trouble with you last week, but you only got in trouble? He was like, let me tell you something. A friend is somebody who would take a bullet for you without even asking. Without even hesitating. Like, they see a gun drawn, pow, like Carlton in that Fresh Prince episode, jump right in front of Will, just reaction, right? That's a friend.
Right.
Everybody else is just an associate. You know what I'm saying? And like, I treat and move accordingly as such.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, like, that, no disrespect, absolutely not. But like, I'm gonna be 100% cordial. We can be beefing. Cool. Like, I'm still give you respect. Like, you're still a person. You still fighting in this thing we call life. Like, I at least gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like, and respect that.
And then I feel that's what it is, though. You know, and that's why I put respect down, because a lot of people don't know that you need to hold that respect. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because your boss is yelling at you don't mean you need to go call her old bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you just give all respect now. Now you being
now they hold all the power because now you're subordinate. Now you're angry.
Now you're being.
You have a label on you now.
Exactly. Now you're being this certain character or whatever it is to be. So
my label boss.
You need to
have your check.
Right. And then it's like, two, you have to have respect, knowledge, and understanding. You know what I'm saying? And the best way for understanding is, to educate yourself, to understand, just figure out times when you're in that situation, relate to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, you probably never been called the N-word right in your face as a black male and know how that feels. You probably can never understand that in your whole entire life. But you have been called stupid, fat, ugly, slow, crazy, whatever, and that made you fat. Made you hurt your feelings, and you didn't want to be called that. You told that person, "Please stop calling me that," because when you said they hurt my feelings, you need to relate that back. Like I said, you'll never understand it, but shit, you can damn near get close and understand that. Okay, let me not be ignorant in this stage. Let me not cuss out the waiter for taking too long to get my food in a busy restaurant because I worked a day where I was the only one there and I was slammed and people were mad at me and I don't understand how she feels. You know what I'm saying? So let me not be ignorant and understand in this situation because I have some experience somewhere that I can pull from to kind of relate. I guess I can't know because I've never been a waiter. But I can understand what it is to be swamped at work and people being mad at you.
But people just don't want to take the time to do that, and that's the sickening part of it all. We live in such a fast-paced world that, like,
and that's my last part.
You can literally just slow down, take a breath, and just attempt. Like you know what I'm saying? Like, just think the best words to somebody. Like, cool. Like, you just brush through and just not just bump my shoulder. Like, you on your you know what I'm saying? You on your way to change the world. Like, you got the golden ticket, bro.
Yeah.
Like, go do that. You know what I'm saying? Do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I went to the dentist this morning. This can be brief. I went to the dentist this morning and, like, my insurance wasn't working. They tried to, like, type in they had my name spelled wrong. They had my social name wrong. All type of stuff. They were just messing up. You know what I'm saying? It was like 7 o'clock in the morning. You know what I'm saying? I was missing work to go do this. You know what I'm saying? They were just like, oh, we're so sorry. It takes. I was like, I'm on your time. Like, I'm good. Like, I'm not tripping. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was working earlier before this. Like, this is my break. Like, I'm chilling. Right. Y'all take the time y'all need. Like, don't mind me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And, like, that just set them out because I was the first person in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're just like, damn. Like, like, of course this happens right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I walk in there. I saw the doc. She had on, like, some Jordan 5s. Like, oh, I like your 5s. And she was like, oh, that's what these are. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, you know, everybody had a shoe game. I was confident on everybody's shoes.
Right.
And everybody just got, like, this good, like, happy joy feeling. Yeah. And it wasn't like no fugazi, like, that's the first time I ever met these people. But I was just like, you know what, like, I'm going to be my unapologetic self because, like, you're my dentist. You're going to be, you know what I'm saying, got me gassed up, drugged up to, like, do dental work. So, like,
all right,
I got to trust you. You got to fuck with me because, like, I'm going to be the same person.
Right, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
And that's another thing right there. Like, that was my last point. Slow down. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like people don't think before they react. You know what I'm saying? They just react. They just let it roll off their tongue because they don't think before you speak. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like find. I hate to say it, like the filler word, but if you somebody that just something pop off your tongue, find you a filler word. Oh.
My partner Kyle used to say think fluff instead of fuck. He was like, what the fluff? And like, it was funny at first. I was like, bro, like, what are you saying? But he told me like, that's what I'm trying to do. Like, he's like, I don't want to like swear and say, the F word. So like, so he's like, so he says fluff. And like, he was just like, literally just like, after like a semester, like, but I'm like, you're just fluffing, just in conversation, you know exactly what he's meaning. But like, he's just not choosing to use that word. And like, it's like, I respect that.
But then like, I'm thinking of more of like, let's say you're somebody that reacts pretty fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, somebody say something to you quick to go, ugh. Like, find you something else. Find you something like, interesting. Before you say what you have to say between that, find you a gap or something to slow you down before you hear somebody ghetto name. What's her name? Oh, Kawisha. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
How long you and Kawisha been together? Like, shit, squash that motherfucker down if you got to. Whatever you got to do to throw away that. Oh, I never heard a name like this. Yeah, that initial reaction. Like, control your reaction. Slow down a little bit.
Because that's
Because
too easy.
Because I felt like what you said at the store today. I was in line waiting, and this old lady, she working, and I needed a swisher, and she over here got to get a little step stool to get the swisher and stuff. And sorry about that. And I'm like, man, I need to get gas too.
Yeah.
So I can't do nothing without you.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wish more people were like you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry they're not, because I'm in no rush.
I'm on God's time. Like literally, I ain't like. He knew exactly what I was about to do. He knew that, like, come over here, I was going to be in traffic. And, like, in my head, before I even, like, started heading this way, I was like, oh, I'm just going to get a block on the way. You know what I'm saying? That's what I said. Like, it was already my intention. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was going to get here when God was going to let me get here.
Right.
Like, okay. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm moving. I'm mobile. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was running late. You know what I'm saying? But, like, that's, you know, like, he know me. Like,
right.
like this.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying?
So I guess one of my last questions is then, I know we haven't asked you, Dom. What do you think? Is ignorant bliss, or what do you think?
I mean, if I was to put it on like a percentage bar, I'd probably be more in line with Greg, like probably a good 70%. But like, I'm also aware that there's some things, like I said, that you just really gotta like not pay mind to, because of how slippery it can get you into that action of doing more than you necessarily need to be doing.
Right.
In terms of like moving through your life.
Right.
That can drag you just the wrong direction. Like think of an addict in a sense. Like, he needs to be ignorant to the drugs or whatever, right? Like, let's say some dude's trying to quit weed, right? And, you know, there's a whole bunch of strains of weed, and, you know, it's commonplace now. But, I mean, his friends should be, you know, cognizant of saying it around him. But if he hears it in passing and he hears, like, this new flavor, like, you know, Gatorade Perk or some shit like that, you gotta be ignorant to thinking about what the fuck that's going to be like. Like, you know, there's some things that you just need to forcefully not pay attention to, but then at the same regard, there's a lot of power in knowledge. And when you know what you should be ignorant to, and when you know what you shouldn't be not ignorant to, I feel like that's probably the best bet for you.
Exactly, and that's right there is a beautiful way to say it. Like, knowing where you are and when to be ignorant and what not to be ignorant to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, being at the house and seeing my niece do something. Shit, we at her house. I ain't gotta say nothing to her, but we in public and she out here doing it. What are you doing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't do that over here. Like, no.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Fix that. So.
See, I don't want to say I'm nosy. I'm just observing. I'll go ask questions. Like I said, worst you can tell me is no. I'm gonna find out, like you said, the strain, whatever. I'll literally, like, I have self control with I have control enough within myself to where, like, if I say I'm not gonna do something, I'm not gonna do it. Like, you can be around here, you know what I'm saying? Like, Jesus Christ himself can come down and be like, hey, we gonna do this. Like, what's up?
Yeah.
But like, I know the people I'll go around, and then like I know like we gonna end up partying all night. Like I know them.
Yeah.
So like I'm not ignorant to that. Like I've studied and understand, and I know well enough that this has happened the last 5 out of 6 times that we've done. Like I've gone and seen them.
Right.
So like what's telling me it's not gonna happen or it's not gonna be, you know, asked about, and it's like, oh, like, you know, last time you was out to like only to like 4, like to stay out to like midnight. It's like, all right, fuck it, let's go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but like, you know, so it's one of those things where like you just have to know. Like my best friend, like he knows, like I'm not like smoking during the week, really. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just like I'm trying to stay locked in, focused at work. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So like, and he used to come over like every day. Like when I got home from work, like, we sit down, burn a couple down, woo. You know what I'm saying? And then like when I made my decision, like he would still come over and he would smoke, and like I would just sit there. He'd try to pass me with something solid. You know, like I'm good. Like keep doing you. Like we good. Like
and being ignorant to that urge that you may or may not feel for any reason.
Like I was just like cool. Like you got it. You know what I'm saying? Like and then he eventually got hip to it. Like all right, cool. Because like we like have this respect, like a respect for each other, to where it's like I'm not gonna put you in situations to fail. If I really fuck with you, like you my boy, like I'm not gonna set you up. I'm not gonna set you up for failure. You know what I'm saying? Like if this is something you don't want, like you don't do, and you're around me and it takes place, you will always have the opportunity to, because you're my boy. Like you're good. Like you know what know what I'm saying? Like we go out, you know, to a fancy dinner, you know, with people, and you say you don't want, like, you're not drinking alcohol, like cool, like 100%. You know, I'm gonna get my cup. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna get, like, to go with this, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna sit here and put it in front of you. I'm not gonna, like, boast it, like, you know, try to get you to do it. I'm not gonna encourage it at all.
Yeah.
But if you want to do it, you can do it. Like, you go ahead. Like, that's your decision. Because same way, like, if I went, like, if I'm sitting there, like, I ain't smoking, you know what I'm saying, all, you know, whatever, I had a stressful day at work, you know what I'm saying, you over there smoking, like, I might reach for the blunt, like, this is my choice.
Right.
I know what I said, and you know I meant what I said.
Right.
But this is my decision right now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, cool, you got it. Like, again, you haven't told me about your day. Like, you reaching for the blunt, I know you ain't smoked for about, like, a month. Like, what's going on?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna just be available. You know what I'm saying? And that, like you said, the slow down, the listen, the understand. Like, if you truly pay attention to, like, these minute details, you will never
Go wrong.
you'll not even go wrong. You'll never be ignorant.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, at the end of the day, like, you can be, like you said, you were saying, like, be ignorant to these thoughts, these desires, like these reactions potentially. But, like, if you already know, like me, I know I have a terrible temper. I know I do. I do not like the person I am when my temper pops out. I know this. I know it. So I'm not even gonna put myself in a situation where I'll even start to get mad. Oh, you wanna start hooping and hollering? Bet. Like, hey, have a blessed day. I'm gonna just go my merry way. Because I know if I stay here and hear a couple more of these, I'm gonna say something.
Right.
And the way you acting right now, you gonna say something back.
Yeah.
And it's only gonna escalate until I'm at the point where I'm angry, and I'm not gonna stop being angry until I'm done being angry.
Right. No,
I know this. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I remove myself from these situations. I have to know these things. That's what I said. Ignorance can get you killed. Because if you're not aware of these things, in tune with yourself and your surroundings, like, you will fuck up.
Yeah.
And what's the song say? If you get in trouble, that just means you fucking up. Like, literally. Like, you fucked up.
Yeah. No.
Like, I hate to be vulgar with it, but literally, like, you, like, at the end of the day, you didn't pay attention. You were just letting life slip you by.
You were just out here just running.
Damn, you got a 30-day notice on your door. What happened? Yeah, autopay got disconnected, and your rent wasn't getting paid. But you were just thinking you just got a raise at work. You just get more money in your bank account every month. You was like, hell yeah, hell yeah, we out here getting bottles, right? They just say, like, that was your rent money, pimp. You got a 30-day notice now. Ignorance will get you killed.
Yeah.
You like Cat Williams said it in Friday After Next. He was like, and where was your antennas? Like, literally, like, he said it like in a funny way, but, like, honestly, you gotta ask yourself, like, where was your antennas? Like, bro, you live here, you ain't know the lady 2 doors down was over there cooking up. Now the whole apartment burnt up, and you got nowhere to go.
Right.
Bro, I was over here and I said I smell the funky smell. You like, nah, bro, that's just outside. That's just how I smell. I wonder why.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, like, ignorance will get you killed. You be in the bedroom sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like, chilling. Boom.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I
You know what I'm saying? Like, you
understand.
know what I'm saying? So, like, it's especially as a black man in America, you cannot afford to be ignorant. You have to be vigilant at all times. You know what I'm saying? I would say probably like 99.9%, because there's that time where you can like right now where you can just be in a safe space.
Right.
You can be comfortable, but at the end of the day, that 99 goes the other way. That comfortability too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I know y'all good. Y'all got my best intentions. What if someone just run up in here? You know what I'm saying? Like, I already got my escape plan. Like, hey, like, I'll see y'all on the end. I'll see y'all on the outside. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, if y'all ain't making, I'll make sure they write a Netflix story about y'all. Like, I can't guarantee y'all gonna say the same colorful words I am. You know, I say this to my students all the time. I was like, hey, man, hey, I ain't trying to be dark. I love dark humor. But I was like, hey, y'all, if someone could we do like gun safety drills, all this stuff, right? I was like, hey, I ain't gonna lie to y'all. If I see someone run up in here with some guns and stuff like that, I'm gonna tell you one time, let's go. You better follow me with what I'm doing, because I'm not coming back. I was like, I'll come back for y'all,
Right.
but I'm not looking back for y'all. I told him, like, follow me. I was like, you may not keep up, but follow me. Like, I got you. You know what I'm saying? I was like, no. I was like, I'll come back afterwards. I was like, because if something happened to you, like, Netflix gonna write a series about you, pimp.
Right.
For sure. I go in there getting shot up because y'all. They be like, oh yeah, he was a cool teacher. Maybe have me a little paragraph in the newspaper. You got me fucked up.
Right.
You think the life of a great president, the second deserve a newspaper clipping? You
Right.
tripping.
No,
You tripping. Like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Jack ran there, man. There was like 10 orphan babies. There was fucking like 9 Chihuahua puppies. Mama in there pregnant. He got them all out, and he just. He went back in there for the old lady. He got her to the door, and the fire just consumed him. Right. You know what I'm saying? Just like they were like, like,
nah, I feel it.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna let the world know. You like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna let him know if you was looking up too. Now I'm gonna say like, hey, you gotta like slide this into the story, like, you know, a character development type thing.
Right.
But like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? We gotta keep it a buck. I'm gonna tell you what it is. What it ain't. Don't think I'm always keep fucking with you. You know what I'm saying?
I feel it, man. But, I do agree with you guys. You know, ignorance will get you killed, but at the same time, I don't need all knowledge. You know, I need to know that you're the coach, but I don't need to know how your relationship is at home. You know what I'm saying? I don't need to know everything about you. Yeah. I don't need to know what you do for work, all this stuff. You know, right now we out here coaching and helping these kids out.
Business opportunity.
Let's coach and help these kids. It could be a business opportunity. Yeah, we get there. You know what I'm saying? But at the brim of it, that's all I need. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's sometimes why I get to the point of like, this is all I need to get what I need done. If I want to escalate and get to another level, we can do that. But as of right now, on the baseline of it, right now, all I need to know is that you're walking to the door and I see that you have stuff in your hand and I'm going to open the door for you. Right. I don't need to know what's in your hand. I don't know why you bought the shit. Anything like that, I just see that somebody needs to see me to open the door. You know what I'm saying? I see that you're a clerk and, you know, there's a long line of people. I'm going to sit here, I'm going to be quiet, I'm going to be patient. I'm not going to... come on, and I'm not gonna do none of that shit because I know how it feels to be in that situation.
Change their entire day.
I have no reason to know why. If you want to tell me why, if I get to the line, you decide to start talking to me, we can discuss. Yeah, why are you guys so back there? Y'all smooth,
but Jesus.
At the same time, I don't need to know that. Sometimes you probably need an easy customer. Yeah, I just need a swisher. Thank you. Keep the change. Boom. You probably just need an easy customer right now. Let me just do that.
That's a whole lot of change, especially on like 130, like 137. That's
well, shit, nigga. You walk in the gap, you 137. Hell no, nigga. It's 107. Hell no, that shit 107. That shit 107. I give him a dollar and a dime, nigga.
Well, Dutchess went up, man. Dutchess like 151 at the tax now. They got to buy by the box.
Oh, so yeah.
I buy the case. Yeah.
I know where to go. That's what it is. My spots around here, they keep me in nice prices. But so yeah, I know this has been a long episode, ladies and gentlemen. Our apologies about that. But so I guess this is gonna go straight to the last question then. When it comes to being ignorant, where are you still swimming to? Or to get out of ignorance, where are you still swimming to? If that's even a possible question. I guess I'll start then. For me, it's just more of just knowing of, like you said, what to be ignorant of. You know, I don't need to, like you said, I don't need to be on Facebook knowing what everybody's doing. I don't need to be on IG wondering, trying to figure out where their next vacation is or why their kids here look like that or, you know what I'm saying, anything like that. I don't need to know that. You know what I'm saying? I do need to be more, I am ignorant in places that I need to get more knowledgeable at, such as plants. You know what I'm saying? Why my plants keep dying and stuff like that. So that's why I need to break that ignorance for sure and really understand so I can get my green thumb really going. But, you know, so that's what I'm really focusing on. Like things that are getting knowledge that I don't need and places where I should be getting more knowledge at. That I thought I knew a lot and I need to actually dig deeper into. So that's mine.
Honestly, probably right now, I'd say like work and also getting back into music, just being more aware of when I work best and finding out where I don't work best and start making an avenue for it, like the amount of time I give to it and trying to balance that with my other schedule. Luckily, I'm on winter break for like the next week or so, but you know, balancing that with school, understanding work so I can move to a different position if I choose to, depending on what's going on with the company, being aware of what's going on in the company and making, you know, the best decisions possible to still secure a job at the moment, get my stuff paid, and not burn any bridges. And just being cognizant of my close circle at the moment. Right now, I don't really need too much any additions in my life, so make sure the people around me are good and make sure I'm being a good friend and being cognizant of people that aren't being good friends to me. You know, not being ignorant to that, you know. But yeah.
So it's like more like self-ignorance then.
Yeah.
I understand what works for you and what doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. What about you, brother?
Where am I supposed to still swimming to? A place of, I guess, more understanding and knowledge, just like continually. Like I know it's just a never ending, just like I'm out swimming in the ocean. Because it's never gonna stop. I've said this since I was a very young child. Like the day I stop learning is the day I die. So every day I try to like learn something new. I try to present a new idea or new thought, because like, you know what I'm saying, like that's 365.25 days a year. You know what I'm saying? Like one of those are bound to hit. That's the law of averages. You know what I'm saying? So like all I can do is continue to just, you know, strive to be the best I can be, so that, you know, at the end of the day when I look in the mirror, I'm happy. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can like, you know what I'm saying? Not proud, but I'm just like, I'm happy. Like, all right, like you did that. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, so like on, you know, Judgment Day, you got the Lamb's Book of Life. I know I already got some chapters. You know what I'm saying? But like, I can at least atone, but I can account for everything I did. Like, yeah, I made that decision. Like I did that. I was in a clear headspace. I did that shit. You know what I'm saying? And like, you just really have like a place of acceptance and peace. Like, I say this often in life right now, and like the people around me, they know it and love it. But it's like, at the end of the day, like, I don't care. Like with a lot of this other stuff, like I'm aware, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's not that I don't care, like I'm being dismissive or passive or nothing like that. No. I fully understood what you were trying to do or say. I do. I say I don't care because I don't care to give it the energy.
Yes.
I don't care to give it the time. Time is the most precious commodity. I don't care to give it that. And that, for that reason, like, I'm not responding. You know what I'm saying? Like, I understand. I'm aware.
I see it. I'm not
clear
about
as
to
day.
get into it. Yeah.
I saw you do this last week to Tim at the water fountain. Like, oh, I already know what's about to happen. We good. Have a blessed day. Like, I don't care. Oh, you heard it? We just cuss you out when we used to talk about your mama. So? You don't know my mama?
Right.
Yeah.
Like,
why should I give this energy?
and he would never say that to my mama's face. So like, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? What Nipsey say? There's some shit they'll think, and there's some shit they'll say. Like, I know. He never.
Exactly.
So like, I'm good. He don't deserve my energy, my time, my peace. If I go square with him, then we both in trouble.
I'm hurt. My
You know
knuckles
what I'm saying? Knuckles hurt. Like, I'm getting my ass whooped when I get home. You know what I'm saying? I'm on grounded. I'm like, all type of stuff. Privileges taken away.
Right. And that's if you lucky.
Exactly. And it's like, for what? Like, why? Like, this 5 minutes gonna cost me 5 weeks. I'm good.
Yeah. No,
You know what I'm saying? Like, so like, it's a point, like, really just get into like that continual state of just harmony.
Yeah.
To, like I said, to just be at such peace with myself that other stuff really doesn't affect me. Like I said, that, like I told you before, the duck metaphor. Shit just roll off your back. Like, literally, just like they have water repellent in their feathers. Water just rolls off their back. Like, cool. Just keep on swimming.
Keep on
literally.
swimming.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Like, cool. If like I get a little too wet, I dunk my head, just shake it off, and I'm keep on swimming. I'm chilling.
Right.
Like, what you got going for me? Like, what your hatred for me, your animosity, ain't blocking none of God's blessings at all. Not a single damn one of them. You ain't wake me up. You ain't put breath in my lungs. Like, what are you doing for me?
Right. No, and I feel that too.
You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, like, there's a tree on this planet whose sole purpose in life is to replace the negative air and energy you put out to this world. That's literally, there's a tree dedicated to you in the forest somewhere. Just think about that. Like, that's all there is for you. Like, to have a tree just make you carbon neutral. That's it, baby. That's it. Like, I don't care.
Right.
Like, bye.
No, and I feel that, bro, and that's my mindset. Like, the idea of like, there's no point in putting my energy and thoughts into these things. You know what I'm saying? It's too much out there for me to learn that's gonna better me and mankind. And me just worrying about, you know, somebody got a new baby mama on the side and stuff like that. I'm like, I don't care. I don't care what she said. I don't care about that. That's a waste of energy. That's a waste of time. So I found a great quote. I found an amazing quote. I feel that we're gonna leave this on. In this age of information, ignorance is a choice.
Yep.
And I think that right there is a beautiful quote. Like, if as of right now, there's literally probably about 10 YouTube videos. I'm sorry, 10 10 YouTube creators who are really creating videos talking about how to act in this situation. I'm pretty sure there is. Like, that's the world we're in, where you can literally watch a video and learn how to
get the world at your palm of your hand, literally.
It's like, it's too much information. Yeah. So it's like, if you just choose to be ignorant of something, like I said, it's a choice. Yeah. You know, and that's like I said, that's why I'm like, I need to get myself back into more knowledge on things that I'm ignorant in still, because it's too much knowledge out there for me to be ignorant still.
Yeah. And don't look at, because ignorance is a never going, sorry, not ignorance, knowledge is a ever flowing pot of just wealth of knowledge, right? Like that well will never run dry. So for that, don't say like, oh, I gotta just learn it all. Like, no, like
learn
the 1% rule, literally 1%. Get 1% better each day. In 100 days, you're 100% better.
Yep. Exactly. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? That's that boy math I was talking about, right?
No,
like,
real,
but like 1% each day. Like, I'm chilling,
that's
right?
Perfect,
like
bro.
my coach used to say that to me all the time. Shout out Coach Ford. Like he would literally say that to me, like, just hey, like, I don't need you to be perfect. Just get 1% better each day.
Nah, for real.
Like literally, exactly. Just like you made, like, cool. You made that mistake. You missed that hole yesterday. Cool. Just tomorrow, like, that be the, like, don't let that be the thing you fuck up on, right? Like literally, like, just. I remember, like, where I said, like, cool, like, I messed up 2 more plays, but, like, that one yesterday, I learned.
Right.
I got it right. Like, that one, I got it. I hit the seam. Like, I got that one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I can work with that. Because you're showing growth. You're showing, like, that potential to, like, really just, like, care. I think it's down to caring.
Yeah.
Right? Like, literally, like, I don't care or I do care. It's black and white. Literally.
For real, exactly. So yeah, exactly. Learn one new thing every single day. In 100 days, you'll learn 100 new things. In 300 days, you'll have 300 new things. Just one new thing. One new thing. If it's one new thing toward your craft, it's even better for you. Right. But so yeah, man. Super long episode. Our apologies again. We on like 2 hours now. So yeah, our apologies so much. Yeah, thank you all so much for listening, bro. Thank you, Greg. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you guys. Hope you guys had a great day, marvelous afternoon, splendid evening, and remember to just keep swimming. Yes, sir.